please. Hello, happy Friday, everybody. How is everybody doing out there today? I hope you're doing great. We're not doing too shabby here in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Mr. Rogers took the day off, so he's been home bothering me all day. Not really. He went out and bought some tomato plants and things like that, getting the garden about ready to go. So anyway, super excited for that, not gonna lie. But guys, if you're jumping on here with me live, if you're seeing a red live up in that corner, I would just love it if you would type live in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me hello, because I can say hello back. And if you're catching me later on and it says was live up there, that just means you're catching the replay, and that is great too. Take your time, watch, do whatever. But type replay in the comments for me. Let me know where you're watching from. If you are new to following me, if you've maybe never caught one of my lives or just now kind of getting into the feel of my crazy life, you can type new in the comments, and if you're on here with me live, I'll give you a warm welcome. And if you're not on here live, I'll still give you a warm welcome, okay? So, guys, my name is Jan. I live in Nebraska. I love sharing Dave and I's low-carb lifestyle. We have been doing this for a lot of years, and I love helping others. I remember where we were when we started. We were struggling with his diabetes. Hey, Joe. And he, his numbers were just all willy-nilly. And then we got some help from a friend who's helped us with, number one, with some great supplements that we take every single day that help curb your appetite, help you feel good, help give you energy. Hey, Millie. Hey, Linda. And it just really changed things. It helped us so much to get into this low carb lifestyle. If you're not craving carbs all day long, that's a good thing, okay? Hey, Carol. So, if you need information about those supplements, you need to drop info in the comments. But I started another group then when we really shifted gears, and I started sharing recipes because I realized that those things are hard to come by sometimes. The tips, the ideas, the help. So I started a group where I share all that. I don't like to fill up this page too much. Facebook tends to hide the things if you put too much on it. So, that group is called Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, okay? I'd love to have you join us there if you're not already in there. You can search it on Facebook, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, and once you get there, you just request to join and I'll get you added in. Or you can drop group in the comments. I'm going to leave a comment under your comment with a link that you can touch that link and it'll take you directly there. So if you can't find it, drop group in the comments and I'll get back to you. Now, what are we doing tonight? We are doing low carb taquitos. Just a little twist on tacos. We're making them chicken tonight. A switch up from the beef that we use a lot of times. I love throwing in some chicken in our menus through the week. And guys, this is one that's already been shared over there. Diabetic Eats with Jan. You see that on the bottom. You know I fixed it in my kitchen. Chicken taquitos. If you're in that group, get in there, search this, and the recipe should come right up for you, okay? So I fixed some chicken thighs earlier in the air fryer. I love doing that to shred the chicken, okay? And I use thighs tonight. We kind of like thighs. I think the meat in thighs, I like that little bit of dark meat in there. We both like that better than breast, but you can use breast. You can use whatever chicken you want. You're just looking for shredded chicken. In this bowl, guys, I already started. I've got cream cheese, I've got sour cream, and I've got some salsa. Now, I do make my own salsa here at home, and then I can it up and put it in the basement and have it all the time. So I've just blended all those together. I'm going to see if I can pop this down a little bit. Now, I'm going to add to that some cumin. Okay. I'm going to add in some garlic powder. Oh. So guys, like I was saying, if you're getting on here with me live while I'm measuring things out, hi Debbie, please Please do like Debbie. Tell me hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me you're on here live, whatever you want to do. And if you're catching me later on replay, that's great too. I've got, that is the wrong thing. That's paprika. I got to grab something different here out of my cupboard, guys. So sorry. Paprika probably wouldn't have mattered, but I want a little bit of heat in there, okay? I'm looking for chili powder, right? So, yeah, I want the heat for my taquitos, okay? So I've got cumin, garlic powder, chili powder. I'm going to do some salt and pepper. And this is just to taste, guys. You do what you want to do. I do always use sea salt. I like this brand, guys. It is called Real Salt, Redmond's Real Salt. This actually comes from Utah here in the U.S. So it's really good like that. So hi, Dana. And doop, 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 doop. That's all I've got. Okay, so I'm just going to mix these in together by hand. I could have probably used my mixer, but I'll just mix them together by hand. I did use my hand mixer, guys. Hi, Angela. Happy Friday to you. I used my hand mixer with the softened cream cheese and stuff like that. Okay. Now, I've got some shredded cheese, guys. Use whatever you want. I didn't have any cheddar, so I'm using Colby Jack. It's what I had. I thought I had cheddar. I didn't, so Colby Jack will work. The recipe does call for cheddar, but guys, if you don't like cheddar, Colby Jack, you could use whatever kind of cheese you want. My biggest thing with cheese is buy it in the block and shred it yourself. I just saw somebody share again the other day. If you look at the ingredients in pre-shredded cheese, there's cellulose in it. And do you know what cellulose is? This person shared it, and it's not the first person I've seen talk about this. It is like cardboard that's wet down and made into like a pulp, and then they coat your cheese shreds with that pulp, okay? So cellulose is like cardboard coating. I don't want that. I'll shred my own. So who on here shreds their own cheese? Say shredded cheese if you shred your own. I'm coming back, guys, I swear. Now, I've got whatever I have here for chicken, and I'm just going to dump it in. I'm going to mix all this stuff together, guys. Dave shredded my chicken, so it's not really shredded the way I would have shredded it. But you know what? Never look a gift horse in the mouth. If the hubby's willing to shred some chicken, let him do it and just run with it. I used to Oops, I got busted! Oh, thank you, Jewel, for sharing it out. Hi, Sarah. Hey, Patty, good for you. I got busted bad mouthing the old man. Oh, well. So, now, this is it, guys. This is how easy it comes together. Everything's in there. And I'm going to use these. Can't let anything go to waste. It's just Dave and I, guys. Some people have a fit because I lick my fingers, and it's like, he kisses me. So if he's not afraid of my finger being licked, I'm okay with that. This is what I'm using tonight for tortillas. I use low carb. These actually come from Aldi. There are so many different brands of these out there, guys. So many different brands. It is good to watch some of the things because even though some of them will say carb control or something like that, be careful because I have seen some stuff marked keto that is really high in carbs. Make sure you're flipping this over and looking here. This has 18 grams of carbs in one tortilla. Excuse me. Tori, I am making chicken taquitos, okay? 14 grams of fiber, which brings that down to 4 net carbs. And that's what they have on this. 4 net carbs per each one of these wraps, okay? Which is, it's not bad. There are some other options like this one here, but this one's unopened, so I'm not going to use it. This is another brand that I pick up at Aldi, and it's got 0 net carbs. So, you know, choose your carbs the way what works into your macros, okay? I personally love these whole wheat ones, but it is whatever. So guys, what I've done then is I preheated my oven to 425. I'm gonna pop you down here if I can, just a smidgen, okay? And I don't measure, I don't do anything. I'm just gonna put these on here. The chicken and whatever, and that's probably too much. I always overfill. I am bad about that. Anybody else do that? You know, your eyes are bigger than your belly or whatever. I don't know. That's just me. But guys, like I was saying, this recipe is over in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. I'd love to have you join us over there if you need some healthier recipes, some ideas or whatever. I just rolled that up. I'm going to set these over here, okay? I'm going to roll up a few of those. Probably, I don't know. I'm going to use all the filling, I'm not going to lie, because I can throw these in the fridge and we can use them for quick lunches or something like that. We may have to take them with us tomorrow. We're going to go watch our granddaughter's track meet tomorrow, so we might have to take them with us tomorrow for a lunch. But they warm up great. You can use your what do I want to say? Your air fryer or whatever means you want to get them rewarmed so that they're crispy. Good for you, Connie. Hi, Irma. So, great little treat here. The cheeses and all that stuff inside will help hold all this together. I'm trying to hurry here. I want to show you what I'm going to do right before I pop it into the oven. But I'm just, rolling these up. I might have to use one of those zero net carb ones because I think I'm about out of these. Okay, we're just rolling as fast as we can here. Ooh, that one's really full. This is a Dave one, okay, because it's really full. But he's okay with that. I'm not gonna lie. These are, I don't roll them small. I mean, when you buy taquitos that are frozen, I remember before we went low carb, we used to buy things like that where you just pop them in the microwave, pop them in the oven, whatever, those taquitos. And they're like this big around, maybe about as big around as my thumb. And they're mostly shell. They're very little cheese or protein in them. Well, mine are just the opposite, folks. You get plenty of cheese and protein and a little bit of shell. So, and I'm going to have to open this one up for the last one. So I'm going to get 6 out of this, you guys. Hey, Julie. But if you wanted to make them smaller, you definitely could make them smaller around and more of them. That's fine. Whatever you want to do. I guess I'm big on the protein. I love the protein portion of it. So that's, I overfill and I'll do less wrap, more filling. That's me. That's us. So, but you do you, okay? Oh, awesome. Please, Patty, if you make these, guys, I invite everybody, if you're in my group and you make something, please, even if you don't take a picture, put a post in there. I made this recipe. I did this. I'd love it if you'd put a picture in there too of what you did, because even though you make it, it probably doesn't look the same as when I make it, okay? Whoa, wow, it looks like we're gonna get some more rain. Yes, it does. So, I've got these all made. They're on the tray. I do line my baking sheet with parchment just because I don't like to clean up baked on cheese. So that's why I do that. And I'm going to squirt these guys with just a little bit of avocado oil so that they brown up just a little bit. Okay? No biggie. And then I'm going to pop them in. 425, 15 to 20 minutes. After these come out of the oven, I've got some guacamole in the fridge. I've got some sour cream in the fridge. I've got, you could do tomatoes and cheese over the top. Whatever you want to do to make them delicious. Hey, Ruth, how are you? So, like I said, I love sharing these things, and I share this type of stuff along with a whole lot more information over in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. And I am having major issues with this thing. I think it just broke right before I went on here live. Hi, Angie. But you know what? I'm just going to hold you guys. So I love sharing this stuff, guys. I love, this is Amazon, guys. My only suggestion is if you use one of these for olive oil or something like that, it should be in a green or a dark glass bottle. This is not the best way to store it. You need to keep it someplace dark so it doesn't go rancid, okay? And I do that with this sprayer. It's just that it is what it is. Irma, I call them chicken taquitos. Like I was saying, you could roll them smaller like a taquito if you want to. I don't. I feel like if I get more meat in it, we're getting, if I only have to eat 2, that's 8 total carbs. Whereas if I roll them really, really tiny, and I'm eating 4 really tiny ones, then that just doubled my carbs, okay? If that makes sense. That is why I do what I do. Because that I would rather take in the 8 total carbs rather than the 16. So, but you guys do what you want to, because everybody's body is different, okay? Everybody uses a different amount of macros or whatever every single day. Now, guys, if you're not sure how to count net carbs or anything like that, please get in my group, because I explain it off and on in there, okay? And I love sharing this stuff. So Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave is the group. Either search it or put group in the comments. And like I was saying, guys, the products that we use that have brought us here are absolutely phenomenal, okay? Last night I did a live doing our nighttime drink. I slept so good. I was so tired, but I still slept so good because of that great drink. So if you need info about the products that we use, drop info in the comments. If you need to be in the group, drop group in the comments. And I'm going to have to get on out of here and get these in the oven. But I hope you have a great rest of your Friday. If you have any questions at all, please drop them in the comments. I will get back to you. I promise. I try to get back through all the comments. Sometimes those things just appear. Dave's hungry. He's ready to eat. So anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your Friday. I hope it's blessed in every single way. We have been lucky enough to get some more rain today, and that is a blessing for sure. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And that's kind of all I have, guys. So enjoy the rest of your Friday evening, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll chat with y'all later, okay, guys? Bye-bye.